What's up guys? In this video, I'm going to share with you one simple little thing that I changed on my Airbnb listing recently, one of them, that allowed me to get my summer almost entirely booked up with great high value bookings. And this is in a time where the market, things are slowing down. You've really got to set yourself apart to stay competitive and get bookings. It's much harder right now than it was last year or the year before that during the pandemic to get bookings. And I managed to make one small tweak that made a really big difference. So I wanted to share it with you guys here on this video. So let's jump right into it and let's talk about minimum night stay settings. This is one little setting that I toggled recently that actually got me flooded with bookings. I made this change about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago on one of my listings, and I've gotten pretty consistently about one new booking every day since making that shift. Now, a lot of people ask me about minimum night stay settings and where you should set it at. And a lot of people tend to, in the high season, want to have longer minimum night stays, 5, 6, 7 nights long. And that's all well and good. I highly recommend playing around with these settings. They can be really impactful towards your overall revenue. You don't want to ignore them. But what I always tell people is the easiest way to explain how this is going to impact your bookings and your overall revenue is to think about all the demand in a given market as a set fixed number. So just this pool of people that are looking for properties to stay at in a given time of the year in a given location. Let's say there's 100 people looking for a specific date. Well, out of those 100 people, how many of them are looking to stay for just one night? How many are looking to stay for 2 nights? How many are looking to stay for 3? How many are looking to stay for 4, 5, 6, and 7, and so on and so forth? Now, if you can imagine, if you have a minimum night stay, that basically is cutting off people on the lower end of that demand. So if you have a minimum night stay of 7 nights, then anyone that's looking for 6 nights isn't even going to find your property in the search results. Same thing for anyone looking for 5 nights, 4, 3, or 2 nights. So you can imagine that you're really cutting off a significant amount of the total demand for your property. So what you're counting on is that the remaining demand that's left is going to be enough to get your property booked up. Oftentimes that is true. Again, if you're in high season, oftentimes there's enough demand, even when you cut off a big chunk of it, that you're going to get those nice long bookings. And that's really beneficial because you get that nice clean occupancy. Your property is going to be booked more often, more days out of the month, and you're going to have less turnover to deal with, which is just really nice. It just makes things a lot easier to manage, means that you're going to have fewer expenses from cleaning. Everyone's happy, right? Except for what happens is that as we get closer and closer to a specific set of dates, the demand also shrinks because no longer can the people that are early bird planners that booked their trip 6 months ago, they're not looking to book your place anymore. And so having your minimum night stay set at a high number way out in the future makes a lot of sense. But the closer that you get to those available days, the more you want to consider decreasing the minimum length of stay to access a greater amount of the overall demand for your property. So what I did recently was switched from a 3 and 4 night minimum stay for a lot of the upcoming nights down to a 2 night minimum stay to start filling in some of those gaps in the calendar. What that means is that now people that are searching for a 2 night stay, my property actually shows up. And so not only do I still get to capture 3, 4, and 5 night bookings, it doesn't preclude me from getting those, but I'm just opening my property up to a whole other subset of the demand for people looking to travel to that area on given sets of dates. That meant that I was able to fill in a lot of gaps. It also meant that I was able to make more revenue overall for my property. So again, I always like to remind people that this is probably one of the most powerful pricing tools that is so often overlooked when it comes to optimizing your performance with a short-term rental property. The reason it's so powerful is that so many people specify the dates of their travel. Very, very rarely do people go and search on Airbnb for a place to stay without inputting dates. Lots of people don't bother filtering by price. Lots of people don't bother filtering for places that have a hot tub. But almost no one doesn't filter for dates. And so because they're filtering for dates, Airbnb is only going to show them places that will allow a 2-night stay if they're looking for a 2-night stay. So it's not just that people are going to look at your property want to stay there and then go, oh, maybe I'll extend my trip to make it happen. No, they're not even going to see your property in the search results. It literally eliminates your property from the search results on a vast number of people that are searching for properties in that area when you increase your minimum night stay. So for that reason, it's just an incredibly powerful tool that so many people overlook when it comes to optimizing their pricing strategy. So if right now you have a minimum stay that is set quite long, 3, 4, 5 days or more, especially if you have it set that way in the near term future for vacancies that you have this month or next month or the month after, I'd highly recommend playing around with those settings and tweaking things a bit. Now, all that being said, there is one thing I absolutely recommend holding to no matter what, and that's never dropping below a 2-night minimum stay. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule for all listings, but I will say about 90, maybe 95% of listings, I would recommend having at least a 2-night minimum stay, except for some rare scenarios. What I've found in my experience, even hosting properties in downtown urban metro environments, is that yes, it may be beneficial from a revenue standpoint to allow 1-night stays, but what I've found is that you're also going to increase the amount of headache you have substantially. It's not to say that every single 1-night stay is going to cause issues, but it is to say that almost all issues are going to come from 1-night stays. The reality is when someone's looking to book a party, they're searching for a 1-night stay 9 times out of 10. So right off the bat, the people that are looking for parties no longer even see your property in the search results when you set a minimum stay of 2 nights or greater. The other thing is that those 1-night stays are going to be really inexpensive stays typically, so it's going to attract lower quality guests, and so you just need to monitor that. I would highly recommend that if you are going to allow 1-night stays, that you do some additional guest screening, and I highly recommend that you only do it on smaller listings where it's not really attractive to host a party there in the first place. If you have a 3, 4, 5 bedroom property that you're planning on allowing minimum stays of 1 night on, I would encourage you to think again. Those are really great properties to throw parties at, and so it's just probably not going to be worth the risk to you and worth the additional headache to just get a little bit of extra bookings in there. Rather, I would optimize your pricing and optimize your performance based around a strategy that never dips below a 2-night minimum stay, because that's going to be the best optimization between minimizing headache and maximizing your upside, your revenue. Not to mention that if you upset your neighbors or upset the city, things like that, that's going to come with a whole host of issues that are probably going to cause revenue issues down the road when you can no longer host effectively. Guys, just want to take a quick break here to say that for those of you watching who want to build cash flow and long-term wealth by purchasing Airbnbs and short-term rental properties, there's a link in the description right down below for a free training that'll walk you through my exact strategy for investing successfully in Airbnbs. Now, if you're not ready to actually buy properties and you want to get started managing other people's properties on Airbnb the same way I got started and build a full-time income managing other people's properties, there's actually another free training linked in the description down below as well that'll be a really great fit for you. So whether you want to invest in short-term rental properties and actually build amazing cash flow and long-term wealth by acquiring the assets, buying the properties themselves, or you're looking to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, we've got some awesome trainings that are linked in the description down below that'll definitely help you out. When you sign up for the trainings, we're also going to send you a few other tools and resources completely for free just to help you get started. Again, the links to sign up are in the description down below, and both trainings and all of the tools are completely free. So make sure to register for the trainings, links in the description down below. So I hope all the thoughts and advice and tips and guidance I've given in this video has been really helpful, and I hope it makes you think about and maybe make some changes on your listing that are going to positively impact your overall performance. If you did get value from this video at all, if you liked what I shared, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that like button right below the video. It only takes about half a second. It's no cost to you, and it helps me out tremendously with growing this channel. So if you wouldn't mind just taking that half second, hitting the like button down there, I would really, really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel here or you aren't yet subscribed to the channel and you want to stay up to date with the 2 new videos we post every single week on this channel, helping you to make more money and perform better and have more fun hosting, managing properties, and investing in properties on Airbnb and short-term rental, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well so you can stay up to date with the channel. Last but not least, any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, anything you want to share with me, just let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got value from it. And with all that said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.